Hello friends, today we will see that what is the basic difference between PERT and CPM. Okay, our chapter is PERT CPM. So there are two terms, one is PERT and the second is CPM. So today we will discuss that what is the difference between PERT and CPM, and the second topic will be calculation of expected time to complete an activity in PERT, to complete an activity in PERT. So what I am doing, first we will talk about the difference. So at one side of the board I am writing PERT, and the other side I am making table of CPM. One side is PERT and the other side is CPM. Okay, so there are two terms, one is PERT and the second is CPM. One by one we will write some differences. So basically there are five differences between PERT and CPM. The first one, look, PERT. So we can write that it stands for, it means PERT stands for program evaluation and review technique. PERT stands for program evaluation and review technique. At some of the places, this program word may be replaced with project. So you can also say that PERT stands for project evaluation and review technique, and also you can say that PERT stands for program evaluation and review technique. In the CPM side, we can write that CPM stands for critical path method. CPM stands for critical path method. Okay, so you may be asked that what is PERT and what is CPM. So first you have to tell the complete name. Second difference, it means PERT uses probabilistic approach. PERT uses probabilistic approach. I will explain what is probabilistic approach. And in CPM it uses, that means CPM uses deterministic approach. So one question comes that what is probabilistic and what is deterministic. Okay, so I am taking an example. Suppose you take admission in the PhD. Okay, you take admission in the PhD. So what is the duration? It is said that PhD will be completed in 5 years. But when you reach there, someone says that it can be completed in 3.5 years. And if you look at some of the students there, they are completing it in 6 years. They are completing it in 6 years. So what is the exact duration? You cannot tell that what is the exact duration. It may be 3.5 years, it may be 5 years, or it may be 6 years. It means you are not sure that you are going to complete it in 5 years. You may complete it before or you may complete it after. Okay, it means it is definitely based on probability. It is definitely based on probability or assumption, and that probability or assumption is known as probabilistic approach. That probability or assumption is known as probabilistic approach. It means part is totally based on probability. It is totally based on probability. You are not sure that what is the exact time in which you are going to complete that activity. What will be the exact time that you are going to complete that activity? Okay, it is totally based on probability, because you can complete it in 3.5 years. It means when you do the experiment, when you do the research, you get the result, then you can complete in 3.5 years. And suppose you are doing the experiment and you are not getting any of the result. You are doing the experiment and you are not getting any of the result. It means the time duration will be increased. It may reach to 6 years. It may reach to 6 years. So it is totally based on assumption. You are not sure that whether it will be completed in 3 years or 5 years or 6 years. But in case of CPM, it says that it is based on deterministic approach. It is based on deterministic approach. It means you can exactly tell that what is going to be the duration of the activity. Okay, like construction of a house. Construction of house, you are very much known that if you are going to construct a house, you are going to complete it in 6 months. You are going to complete it in 6 months. Okay, 6 months or 1 year. You do not say that I will complete it in whether 1 year, 2 year or 3 years. You are very much sure that this time is going to be the activity completion time. So it is known from the earlier that it is completely known or it is completely sure that you are going to complete this activity, construction of a house, in 6 months or 1 year. This is not based on probability. It is not based on probability. It can be totally determined, but in part it is based on probabilistic approach or it is based on probability. You are not very much sure about the time completion of the activity, but in case of CPM, you can tell that this will be the prescribed time in which I am going to complete my activity. Okay, I am going to complete my activity. So the next difference can be, since you know that it is based on probabilistic approach, it means you can say that it is used in research and development. Part can be used in R&D work, research and development work, because these kind of activities require some experiments, and if you conduct the experiment, you get the result, then it's okay. But you conduct the experiment, you do not get the result, it means the time duration is going to be increased. It is totally based on probability. It is totally probabilistic. It means the part will be always used in R&D, research and development, like in PhD work, But here you know the exact time that you are going to complete your activity in this time. It means it is used in construction of a project. It is used in construction of a project. You are very much sure that you are going to complete the construction of a project or a house or a dam in 1 year or 2 years. So it is used in construction of a project. Why? Because it is a deterministic approach. You can determine the exact time and duration. The next difference is since it is based on probabilistic approach or probability, it means there is not a single time estimate. Like in the example of PhD, there was 3.5 years, there were 5 years, and there was 6 years. It means that it is not based on a single time estimate. So we can write that PERT involves 3 time estimates. PERT involves 3 time estimates. It do not involve a single time estimates. There are three types of time. I will tell you what are those 3 times in the next topic, but it uses 3 times. It uses 3 times estimates to complete the activity. There is not a single time or exact time. That means it is based on probability. So it is not a single time estimate, it is a 3 time estimate. But in case of CPM, you exactly know that you are going to complete your project within 1 year or 2 years. It means it involves a single time. It involves a single time estimate. It involves a single time estimates because it can be determined. It is based on deterministic approach, so it can be determined and it is based on single time estimate. Last difference, I'm going to write the last difference. PERT does not involve cost analysis. It means when we will talk about PERT, we will not talk about cost or money because it does not involve cost analysis. Okay, if you do experiment and if you get a result, it means it does not involve a cost analysis. Okay, we do not do cost analysis in case of PERT, but in case of CPM, in case of construction of a project or in case of construction of a house, we do cost analysis. So it involves cost analysis. It involves cost analysis during crashing. Okay, so in this CPM we will talk about cost, and there is a topic named crashing, which is the last topic of this chapter. We will discuss crashing, then we will discuss about cost analysis. When we will discuss crashing, then we will discuss about cost analysis, that how you can analyze the cost of a project, whether you can reduce from the given estimate or you can increase from the given estimate. Okay, that is crashing. So these are the basic 5 difference between PERT and CPM. And from now our topic will be completely based on these differences. So I can tell you, now you are very much known about how to make a network diagram. You can make the network diagram, and you are very much known about the differences between PERT and CPM. Okay, so you are slowly moving into the depth of the topic. And after some lectures you can solve the numericals. And that I will tell you. So look at this point. It uses 3 time estimates. So we will talk about that what is these 3 time estimate. So as we have discussed that PERT is based on 3 time estimate. So the first time is known as optimistic time. In short, we can say it like T naught. Optimistic time, T naught. The second one is pessimistic The second one is pessimistic time. In short, it is known as T subscript T. T subscript T. And the third time is most likely time, and it can be denoted as T subscript M. Okay, M for most likely, P for pessimistic, and O for optimistic. So one by one we will discuss that what is optimistic time, what is pessimistic time, and what is most likely time. So if I tell you that just look in the dictionary that what is the general meaning or English meaning of optimistic and pessimistic. Optimistic means one who believes in God, and one who do not believes in God. Okay, so just like the meaning, the definition has been formulated. Just like the meaning, the definition has been formulated. So optimistic time. So optimistic time is something we can say that time taken by an activity, when everything goes according to the plan. Time taken by an activity when everything goes according to the plan, because you took admission in the PhD, you conducted your experiment, you got the result. You took admission in the PhD, you conducted your experiment, and you got your result. It means you can complete it in 3.5 years. That is optimistic time, when everything goes according to the plan. So the time taken to complete these activities when everything goes according to the plan, that is known as optimistic time. The second is pessimistic time. What does it mean? It means that you do not believe in anything. It means it can be defined as time taken by an activity when nothing goes according to the plan. Okay, you took admission in the PhD, you conducted the experiment, and you are not getting the result. You are not getting any of the result. It means the time duration of your PhD will be increased. The supervisor will say that you go and conduct your experiment once more. Okay, so your time duration will be increased. So that time is known as pessimistic time, when nothing is going according to you or according to the plan. So the time will be pessimistic time. So I am just asking you that just think that which time will be less and which time will be more. This is the time when everything goes according to the plan, and this is the time when everything goes according to the plan. It means optimistic time will always be less than the pessimistic time. Optimistic time will always be less than the pessimistic time. And the third time is most likely time. It says that you conducted the experiment, and in some of the experiment you got instant result, but in some of the experiment you are not getting the results at that time. Okay, it means some of the results are coming and some of the results are not coming. It means it is a time which is present in between the optimistic and pessimistic. So we can define it like this: time taken by an activity when under normal working conditions. In some of the experiments you are getting the result, and in some of the experiments you are not getting the result. It means it is a time which is present in between optimistic and pessimistic. So I am writing one relation. It is very important. So this is T subscript O. It means optimistic time. It is the least. Okay, it is the least. Next one is T subscript M. Most likely. In between O and P. In between optimistic and pessimistic. And the largest time interval will be pessimistic. So you can tell the relation that optimistic time will be the lesser one, pessimistic time will be the higher one, and most likely is present in between optimistic and pessimistic. Okay, so this is the relation. Okay, this is the relation. The example was PhD 3.5 years, PhD 6 years, and PhD 5 years. Okay, PhD 3.5 years, PhD 6 years, and PhD 5 years. So these are the 3 times. And one thing you have to note that these are all the time taken by a single activity. Look at the definition. These are the time taken by the single activity. It is not the project completion time. Okay, optimistic, pessimistic, and most likely time is not a project completion time. These are all the time taken to complete a single activity. So we are moving towards our next topic, that is calculation of expected time to complete the activity in what? Okay, why? Because you know that to complete for an activity there are 3 times: optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. For an activity there are 3 times: optimistic time, most likely time, and pessimistic time. So you cannot tell about 3 times, you have to tell about a single time. You have to tell about a single time, that in which time or in what time you are going to complete this activity. Okay, and that time to complete a single activity is known as expected time. That time to complete a single activity is known as expected time. It is represented by T E. It is represented by T subscript E. E for expected. So suppose you have a shaft. You have a shaft of some diameter. Okay, this is raw shaft. Okay, just you got from the workshop. This is a raw shaft, and a customer comes to you and says that this is the raw shaft and you have to perform turning. All mechanical people know that what is turning. So this was the raw shaft and you have to perform the operation, that is turning. Okay, so we can say that turning was our activity. We can say that turning was our activity. Okay, so he will ask you that after how many days should I visit you so that I can take my raw shaft back. So now when he will come and ask you that have you completed, after that day he will come and he will tell that have you completed the turning operation. So you will tell that okay, let's see here. You know that you cannot tell him that there are 3 times, that is optimistic, most likely, and pessimistic. Suppose the optimistic time says that it will take 2 days. Most likely time says that it will take 3 days, and the pessimistic says that it will take 5 days. So you cannot tell the customer, okay, you cannot tell the customer that you should visit me after 2 days, you may visit me after 3 days, or you may visit me after 5 days. You have to tell him a single time. You have to tell him a single time that after this many days, that is expected time TE, that is this expected time TE. You will have to tell him the expected time, that you should visit me after this day. You will have to tell him a single time estimate. You will have to tell him a single time estimate, and that time single time estimate to complete the activity is known as expected time. So you have to convert all these three activities. You have to convert all these three activities into a single time. Okay, and that time is known as expected time. That single time is known as. So how to calculate it? So how to calculate the expected time from the given optimistic, most likely and pessimistic time? So basically, to convert this optimistic, most likely and pessimistic time into a single expected time, a distribution is given. That distribution is known as beta distribution curve. So we can say that the activity which consists of three time estimates, these times has to be converted into a single time estimates, and to convert these three times into a single time, this activities follows a beta distribution curve. This activity follow a beta distribution curve. What is a beta distribution curve? I will tell you in the next lecture. What is the beta distribution curve? I will tell you in the next lecture. In this lecture, I am simply going to write the formula. So according to beta distribution curve, the expected time TE, or mu, it is also known as mean time. Okay, expected time is also known as mean time, because you know that if there are three times, then what you will do? You will simply have the idea of doing the arithmetic average. Okay, so it is known as expected time, or it is known as mean time also. It is known as expected time and it is known as mean time also, TE or mu, and this is equals to optimistic time plus pessimistic time plus 4 times of most likely time divided by the average. So what will be the average? 4 plus 1 means 6. So this is the formula. To find the expected time to complete the activity. So if you are given these three times, optimistic time, pessimistic time and most likely time, and you have been said that please find the expected time to complete a following activity, so you just apply this formula, and this formula is very much important. In next lecture I will tell you that from where we got this formula. In the next lecture I will tell you that from where we got this formula. So you just remember this formula, because in the last the formula is important. In the examination you have to apply this formula directly to get the result. Okay, thank you.